It's time now for Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Catch up with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. We're at the Mounds Mall Special Events Studio. It sounds like our director used to work for Jack LaLanne.
I think so.
Our producer. He's not our director. He's our producer. Wade Stokes out in the cornfields of Daleville.
I can't remember. Somebody asked me just last week, you guys come on the show every week and you're laughing. What's going on? I said, if you only knew our producer, what he says to us.
Well, we finished up a big weekend. It's like the season's over when we have the banquet, but we still have one more race.
We do.
Coming up a week from Saturday, but we had a great banquet at the Madison County Shrine Club Saturday night. Give away a lot of awards, a lot of prizes,
yes.
A lot of door prizes.
We did.
A lot of nice ones. Amy did a bang-up job
prize.
this year.
She sure did.
So, crowned our champions.
5 divisions.
Yes.
We did. So it was very festive, very nice. Everybody had a great time.
Had a great time. Great food. Big Joe's Event Services catered roast beef and oven roasted chicken.
It was good.
It was good. It's hard for me. I didn't eat very much. It's hard for me to eat. I'm all worked up and ready
Well,
to get
considering that we one of the releases the tables, and then by the time we get at the end of the line there, we got about 15 minutes to eat before we're up and doing our thing. So
you always want to remember, set on the right side of the room when you come to our banquet. You'll get to eat first. So that's my side.
You cheated.
It was
You're
kind of a long weekend because I'm an officer down at the Shrine Club, and Friday night, everybody remembers Skip Waymeyer,
yes,
old partner. His grandson, Matt Early, got married Friday evening, and me and Lauren attended bar from them and got out of there about 2 o'clock, and it was back in there.
We're just set up for Saturday.
9 o'clock Saturday morning, cleaning that up and setting it up for Saturday night. So by the time the banquet was over, I was pretty well beat. But that's okay.
It was worth it. Everybody had a good time.
We have a race coming up a week from Saturday, the Turkey Bash. We were race at 1 o'clock. We've got street stocks, the Marcum Weldon Pro Compacts, mini cups, Thunder cars, and the only appearance this year are the front wheel drive figure eights.
Should be fun.
That's a week from Saturday. Thankfully, it's not this Saturday. The weather forecast looks bad, and we have something to do this Saturday, and all of our racers are invited to come. Either bring your truck or you can bring your cars on the trailers, whatever you want to do. But the Knights of Pythias All-American Christmas Parade is this Saturday at 4 o'clock over in Newcastle. There's still time to register and be in the parade. It starts at 4 o'clock. You can do it through me or at the track, or Denny Adams, our announcer. He spearheads it up. We always go over and help.
We do.
It's another kind of long day. But
it is.
But it's well worth it. And the number of people, I don't care if the weather is bad Saturday, those sidewalks will be packed with folks.
Kids. Kids love it.
In Newcastle. And then after the parade, they have their big Christmas tree lighting. Santa comes into town and the whole 9 yards. And it looks like we may even have some snow on us. I looked at the hourly forecast, and at parade time it showed 34 degrees and precipitation.
34?
So it's only a high of 40, and if it's cloudy, it'll still seem like 0. But
let's keep our fingers crossed that we had about 20 degrees onto that, if not more, for the next Saturday.
I've helped with that parade before when it's been in the 60s and sunny, and in the 20s and snowing, and in the 40s and misting rain, and then turn to snow before the parade's over. So we'll see what's happening. But at the Turkey Bash on the 28th, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, if you bring a new unwrapped toy, the adults can get $2 off their admission price.
Yes.
So we do that with the Toys for Tots, the Salvation Army. It's well worthwhile. It helps those kids that are a little less fortunate than us to enjoy their holidays. And also, if you go to our website, we've got something new for the holiday season. You need to get yours, be one of the first to do it. We have ugly sweatshirt. I don't know if they're sweaters or sweatshirts. I got to check with Amy. I thought they were sweatshirts, but maybe they are sweaters. You can go to the website. I guess it's the in thing now.
Christmas sweaters, yes.
We've designed a couple of them, and our good friend Bill Richardson at Standout Creations has made this possible. You can go to our website. You can actually order it through our website. So
okay.
Click on there and take a look and make a nice Christmas present. I guarantee you, whoever you buy it for won't have another one.
If I show Tammy that website, I bet any amount of money I'll have under the tree.
You might. I'm almost certain they're sweatshirts. She's got sweaters on,
okay.
But they're sweatshirts. So
okay.
At least they are practical. I'm not big on sweaters.
But sweatshirts you'll wear.
I wear sweatshirt.
You'll wear sweatshirt, okay.
Especially this time of year.
I do want to see you in an ugly sweatshirt.
It is, we were talking about the weather this weekend is going to be pretty frosty, but then right after it's getting warm again.
Yes.
And through next Thursday, I think I seen it was still up in the 50s. So
let's take it.
We need 50s and sunshine on Thursday the 28th.
Saturday the 28th.
Thursday.
Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Thursday's Thanksgiving,
yes.
Which we're getting ready to talk about.
We are.
A big event coming on there, and I'm going to have a good friend on the show here in just a minute or so to talk about what's happening and become a tradition for me, and it's been a tradition for the city for quite a while, and a well worth cause. The Gospel Highlights Hour annual Thanksgiving dinner for those that are a little less fortunate. And last year, I think, we'll get Jim Warner on here in a second, he'll tell us, but I think last year we distributed upwards of 1,300 meals to
unbelievable
to the needy and to those that
can't get out.
Can't get out, and
yes.
So they can enjoy a good Thanksgiving. But I'll get Jim on here in a second. We've been on his show a couple of times, and Jim is just one of the best, nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. A heart of gold, wants to help people, very devoted, and just a wealth of knowledge too, and,
yes.
and what he's done over the past several years, and he can tell us how.
And he does a lot of functions out at the track. I've noticed he's done one this past summer, gospel sing or something under the pavilion.
Gospel Fest.
Gospel Fest, yes.
That's now I think the 5th year.
Is it really? So yeah, so he comes out there and utilizes the Speedway for various events as well.
We're working pretty hard right now on the schedule for next year. Finally getting some of these sanctioning bodies corralled so I can get dates locked down. We'll talk a little bit about that. But right now on the line is my good friend and yours, Jim Warner. Jim, how you doing this evening, my friend?
Rick, I am blessed. Thank God for another day. And I thank God for having such friends as you are. And there are so many other people out there.
Well, you're getting ready to take on a big undertaking, which you've done now you'll have to tell me how many years a week from Thursday with the Thanksgiving Day dinner. How many years does this make?
This is going to be the 33rd year, and I see my wife calling on the other phone, but she'll hang up. This will be the 33rd year for this, Rick. Yeah, we started this in 1982, and it started from a group that I was in, the Heavenly Five, who we are now retired, and about 5 or 6 of the guys has passed away, and we do this every year in memory of those guys.
Well, tremendous group, and music is a big part of all of our heritage, but you guys put out some of the best music this side of heaven. You've got a lot of folks. Tell us first who can get a meal, and then tell us about all the folks and what has to be done to prepare these meals.
All right. We'll start out with first preparing them. On Thursday, I'm going to be at New Zion Fellowship Church, which is 304, where the Reverend Victor Richardson is the pastor. They're going to be doing the cornbread. I'll pick up 40 loaves of light bread from Strong Market that they'll donate to this dinner, and they'll do all that browning and baking and getting that together. And from there, then we'll go to step 2, which will be the dressing, which we'll go to Anderson Zion, where I do it, where Reverend Victor, Lord have mercy, forgive me, Reverend Marlon C. Collin is the pastor there, and they'll be doing the dressing. We'll meet out there at 6 o'clock Monday morning, the 23rd, and start with that dressing. Last year, we fixed up 80-some pans
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
And they'll do that again or more. And we'll cook that dressing. Then we'll refrigerate it. And then on Tuesday morning, I'll go there and pick up all that dressing and carry it to the Gita Center. Prairie Farm, every year they'll set a refrigerator truck down there for me to put all my frozen stuff in until we get ready for it. And we'll load that in. And then on Tuesday, the 24th, I'll go to Friendship Missionary Baptist Church. That evening, they'll do the yam. They'll start on them yams, I think, around 8:30 or 9 o'clock. There's no yam. And then I'll pick them up Tuesday and carry them to the truck, put them on the truck. They'll stay there. And then, let's see, Wednesday, no, I'll be hauling. But on Thursday morning, and usually you are there. You might not be the first in there, but you are there at the Gita Center. But we'll go to Bethesda Missionary Baptist Church, where Reverend Floyd Edwards is the pastor. That's where they'll do the corn for me. And then from there, we'll go to Peerless Lodge number 32, right there on 16th and Locust Street. They'll do the mashed potato. Now, those 2 days, those 2 sites, they will, as they prepare it, I'll have a guy to go there and pick it up and bring it as we need it until they get done. Likewise, we'll do the same thing over at New Hope Church, where they'll be doing Mrs. Fredonia Harris. They'll be doing the green beans. And once we get it all there, then at 10 o'clock, this is when they start rolling it down the line. It's just like an assembly line. One is dipping the gravy, one dipping the cranberry, but the dress and all that. Until that plate is full, and it go from there to a box, and they'll hand it to the drivers who's going to be delivering dinners, and they'll have their name and how many dinners they want, and they'll take it to them. Now, on the places that they'll go and how you get the dinner, a lot of people think you got to call and get your name on a list to get a dinner. That's a no-no. It ain't never been like that. The only time you need to call, and I've got a voice box set up over there, and it's 648-6868. You'll call that, leave your name, address, phone number. If you live in an apartment, leave that on there. If you live upstairs, leave that on there. And it's for those that is sick, shut in, and cannot get out to come down to the Gita Center to get that meal, which is held at 1611 Chase Street. But if you can come down to 1611, you do not have to make no phone call. Just come. Now, the flyer is going to say the cutoff time is the 22nd. Yeah. That's for those handicapped people. That is for the one that's going to call and get that dinner. But you can come get dinners all day down there at the Gita Center. We're going to be there I'll go at 4 o'clock. The crew will start coming in at 6. And you usually in there, Rick. If it ain't 6, it ain't too far from there. You are coming in. You got a site where you does things. You get those carry-out boxes ready for me. And I really appreciate you. And you bring some of your people that work for you out there at the Speedway. And you all don't have to do all that. And I really appreciate it. It has really come together. And what can I say? It's just a blessing from God.
Well, I like to get there early because I like to get my pick of the donuts before they get picked over.
Well, can I halt you right there, Rick?
Yes.
You talking about the cake and donuts. That is true, and the chicken and ham. Now, I always bought 150 pieces of chicken and a whole ham from Payless out there on Car. They'll cut that up for me and cook that chicken for me. And we said this is for our workers who come there on Wednesday. We'll be there Wednesday at 6 o'clock doing some things, decorating, wiping tables down, and blah, blah, blah. And then at a certain time, we'll let them eat. But I tell them, don't put it all out. Put at least half of it out and save half of it for Thanksgiving morning for the one that is going to be coming in, like you and those other people coming to work. You'll have. But we've been blessed, Rick. The Buffalo Wild Wings, they have got involved. they're going to bring us some Buffalo Wild Wings there Wednesday evening.
Wow.
And not only Wednesday evening, but Thanksgiving morning. Now, don't stop there. Buffalo Wild Wing is new. Greek Pizza, they are involved now. They're going to bring us some pizza there Wednesday evening, and they'll have pizza there Thursday morning. So we're going to have pizza, Buffalo Wild Wing, ham, and chicken now for those 2 days.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I think it's important to note that all the turkeys are being donated by our good friends at Hoosier Park and Cook.
That's right. I left them out. You're right. Hoosier Park, yeah. And that's a big part. Yeah.
Well, tell us again the number for the folks that are sick or shut in and can't make it to the Geter Center. What number they need to call again?
648-6868. And you can call this number and leave your name, address, and stuff until the 22nd, which will be next Sunday. Next Sunday, it'll cut off. So don't call because it might take the message, but the guy will not be going in there getting your name off that list. So after the 22nd, that don't stop you from getting a meal. You can still come on down to the Geter Center on the 26th and get your meal. You can sit there and eat it, or you can get it and take it home with you.
And I think last year, weren't we right at or just above 1,300 meals?
1,346 last year.
Wow.
The year before that, it was 1,376.
Well, that's a fantastic thing you do, Jim. And I think I've told you what's really special about this whole project is the community involvement. You named a lot of the churches and pastors and all the people and the young people that come and help
That's what impresses me.
On Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day. It's just amazing. Our community comes together for the same cause, and I think you are the glue that's held that together, and we're very blessed to have you as a part of our community and as a friend.
Well, Rick, I really, really appreciate you, and you all are very, very important, too, with doing this and getting this done. Just like now I'm using up your time on the radio, time that you pays for, and you letting me use it to do this because this is really, it's a community event, and this is what it's for. It's all about us coming together.
That's
well,
right.
Jim, God bless you, and we'll see you a week from Thursday.
We'll be there.
All right, Rick. God bless you. Thank you again for your time.
All right, take care.
Right.
Jim Warner, one of the greatest men that you will ever meet.
That's
on
exactly
this earth.
right.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Ken De La Bastide and get his views on what's going on in the racing world. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk.
Heart attack, stroke, serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings, or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
Mulfab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
You won't believe these deals? They're too good to be true. You cannot miss this special. We're going to give you so much off, you won't believe it. Actual mileage may vary. Price does not include tax, title, and license. Some assembly required. Batteries not included. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Keep in a cooler place. It is highly unlikely that any sentiments expressed above in any way coincide with those of it.
Wait, what'd they just say? At Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, we're not here to give you fast-talking deals. We take the time to make sure you understand what you're buying to make sure it meets your budget. If you're at Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, you're at the right place.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
Ozzy Osbourne. That's Sammy Hagar. Oh, Black Sabbath. That's Black Sabbath. That's Ozzy Osbourne. What did I say to start with?
Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm getting it from the producer again. I got one. How'd I do? Rick Dawson, Gary Mullen, we're back with Track Talk. On the line with us now is no stranger to us or racing, and to give us his views on the past season, a couple events yet to go, is none other than Ken Bastide with the Anderson Herald Bulletin. How are you this evening, Ken?
I'm doing good. Doing good, Rick. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fine. Thanks for joining us. Hey, give us kind of a quick recap of the local track scenes this year. Not only just at Anderson Speedway, but of other local tracks. Kind of the highlights and what impressed you most.
Okay, I'll start with Anderson Speedway because I know we don't have a lot of time. But first of all, I was impressed with the level of competition in the mechanical engine late models. A lot of good young drivers were in competition there. You had, of course, Jack Dossey, and you had Jason Neal, and you had some of the veterans like Jeff Marcum and Scott Tomasik and Danny Trent there, and Joe Woodring. Thought it was an excellent season for the late models. I was also impressed with the Marcum front wheel Pro Compacts. Early in the year, they were putting on some of the best racing I've seen in a long time. I mean, it was almost like every race was 3 wide. So really, really good stuff there. Street stocks were good. I think it was mentioned at the banquet Saturday. Car count was an issue at times, but they still put on a really good show. Highlight for me was 2 highlights for me was of course, the Payless Low 500. Was awesome to see Chris Windham get that win, actually for a local racing team. And then, of course, Erik Jones, up-and-coming star, wins the Redbud 300, sponsored by Steve Freightliner. I thought that was excellent.
We're not going to be saying up-and-coming very much longer with him.
No. Not much longer.
He's arrived.
He has arrived. He'll win the truck championship this weekend.
Yep.
Then around Indiana, I thought the CRA race at Winchester was pretty good. Again, Erik Jones winning and picking up the 100,000. I thought it would have been a lot better if Chris Bell hadn't put Kyle Busch's car into the wall, but that happened.
Yep.
And I thought the races they put on at Lucas Oil were good. I enjoyed the JEGS All-Star races that I saw this year. I went to quite a few of them. It was nice to see the Armstrong boy win that.
Dalton.
Dalton. I'm sorry, Dalton. I get them all mixed up. But Dalton won the championship there with Scott Neal, and actually saw his first win up at Springport. So I thought a great year. I'm looking forward already to next year. I think you got some great things planned. I'll tell you right now. I'm hoping you bring back the old modified, and they put on a great show, and I hope they come back more than once. I hope you can work that out.
Yep, had a call from them this afternoon, actually.
There you go. Fans shouldn't miss that. I like the fact that you had the Vors North-South Division in town for their big weekend. That was a good event. My wife Kelly always looks forward to the Wing Sprint. And again, good program. Of course, the Kenyon Midgets. Which,
yeah.
How can you say anything about the Kenyon Midgets?
Oh my gosh!
That's the closest finish in the history of their series at Anderson Speedway.
Isn't that something? I can't let you get off here. We still got a couple of minutes, and you and I like to talk about this. But what's your views on what's happening in NASCAR right now? I mean, I'm getting a real uneasy feeling about the last 2 races or 3 races. The deal with Kenseth, these different rule changes all of a sudden. I mean, rule changes in the middle of the season are kind of a cardinal rule that you stay away from if possible, but it seems like they just keep compounding them. Kind of give me your views.
Well, NASCAR's been changing rules for years. I mean, it seems like every year you get 2 or 3 races in, they're changing the package or they're doing something. I agree with you. The only time you have to change a rule is for safety. If a rule needs to be changed for the safety of the drivers or the pit crews, then you make the change. Other than that, you live with that rule for that year. The other thing is, NASCAR was in a quandary because they were losing fans a few years ago. So what did they do? Boys have at it. Well, the boys had at it, and now they don't like it, and they sat Kenseth down for 2 races. I don't think he should have been penalized at all.
Oh, we disagree.
They set the rule. He played by the rule, okay?
But he affected the outcome of a race. I mean, he intentionally rigged a race for all practical purposes.
How many times did Dale Earnhardt intentionally wreck somebody to win a race?
Well, it depends upon how. Well, I don't know.
He makes a good point.
I don't know, but how do you monitor?
I remember 1 year at Bristol, he flat out wrecked Terry Labonte.
He did.
And just that's racing. Well, NASCAR can't have it both ways. They can't have it just racing, or they're going to crack down. I wish NASCAR would do what you do at your track, Rick, CRA does, and almost every late model touring series I've seen. You're involved in a caution, or you cause the caution, you go to the tail.
That would fix it.
That solves the problem. Joey Logano gets into Matt Kenseth at Kansas. Boom! They both go to the tail.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have seen that retaliation done.
I agree.
No.
If Kyle Busch happens to win the championship this weekend, is there an asterisk beside his name?
Well, here again, they doctored up their rules to let him compete. I guess maybe that should be considered, but.
It was a couple of years ago that they let Jeff Gordon in the chase and hadn't earned it. Yeah. I mean, to me, when you win a race, it's the fastest guy to the finish with the most success. That's the champion.
Yeah.
Racing has its issues and things happen, and that's the way it is.
You think Jeff Gordon's going to win it all?
I do not.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
We got about 20 seconds.
Jeff Gordon's not an aggressive driver. He hasn't been for a long time. He is up against 2 of the most aggressive drivers there are, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch.
Yep.
They will flat out wreck somebody to win that championship.
Ken, appreciate
Jeff Gordon.
Ken, appreciate you joining us. We'll get you back on here in a few weeks to talk about the finish.
Okay, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ken.
We've wrapped up our half hour. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget Turkey Bash. On the 28th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Go to our website, get your ugly sweatshirt.
Hello, in Jenny.
And we will be back here, same time, same stations, next week. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the track.